Item 26, Mario Novoa. Shanna Sanders is the officer. The case number is CERCV 2018-00225, item number 26.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name and relationship
Good
to the
evening.
property.
My name is Mario Novoa.
All right.
What is your name? That's it.
That's it, sir.
Shannon
I'm,
San-
I'm a owner 1490 Northeast 132nd Road.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Shannon Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This is a new case regarding a recreational vehicle, more so a boat that's parked in the front driveway of the property. I initially cited this property owner on October 26th of 2018, sent a second letter December 5th, another final letter January 16th. As of last week, February 27th, the final reinspection date. The boat still remains at the property. I am showing here that the property owner submitted an application to the city for the administrative variance on November 26th. As of today, the administrative variance still has not been issued. I did speak to Amanda Murray. I also emailed her. I wanted confirmation because she couldn't be here tonight, letting me know what was going on with the property and why the variance has been taking so long. She stated that she spoke with the property owner on February 8th, 2019, explained to him, what he needed to do in reference to putting up some type of screening in or putting some type of plants along the property. He stated that he understood and would call her back once he rectified the screening and or the plants. She stated, as of February 28th, she hasn't heard anything back from the property owner. As of last week, the 27th, in today, no variance has been obtained, and the boat still remains on the property. So I'll let the property owner explain what's going on with the boat, why there's no variance, and I'll show up pictures if you would like to see along with the email that was sent to me from Amanda, as in what's going on with the variance per Community Planning and Development's end.
All right. Sir, I'm right here. I'm over here.
No. Yeah, what she means to say, she has been doing her work, and I don't mind that she can travel every day in front of my house. Like, I'm seeing this, and this is a mess from the city to me, because first of all, as soon as I see the first notice, I travel a lot because my family is out of town, and my mom has pretty much ill, and I talked to her about, and she gave me extensions, so forth. What I don't see here is what can say, like, you need to comply this, come to the city and do A, B, and C. Like, you have 30 days to comply. Call us. Call us back once you fix the problem to proceed with an inspection. That will be common sense. For example, if you have your grass overgrown and you have a citation, you cut it, you don't call, I cut my grass. We are expecting the inspectors, code officers, code enforcement officers, could come, like that is the job for them to do, and she was visiting the others roads every day. In our minds, I'm talking for the side of the residents. We think that these people are all around our roads all the time, so they are inspecting, like, per se daily, that
Whether
if
you're
the
in
item is
compliance or
covered or
not.
not. If we don't hear for them, it's we assume, which is wrong,
Right.
that already they passed, they haven't sent me anything, but it never says in these letters you have 15 days to comply. Call us and schedule an inspection. Would be so easy. Instead of, oh, you're the property owner, or do you think you can call? No, because they have their job to pass around the cities. That's what you think, you know. So I feel sorry for the guy, for the lady of the fence, because as you see, we are busy in our life and work 8 to 6. I leave at 7 in the morning. I don't have time to come here, and at 6 is already closed. The city. I'm being calling. I mean, we don't think about. We think about going to work and doing our stuff, our children, and stuff like that. So in reference to her, we have been working good. I never had a due date to with the other lady to say I'm new here, Mario, and I said said I cannot put my boat on the side. I've been living in my house 15 years. Like I said, all this is new for all the residents. I've been hearing all the residents; they're all the same complaint. Now they're enforcing out of the blue, and I think something else gonna go because I'm gonna talk to the councilman. I work for the county. Now I comply, and I mean, I comply. They're going to come fix it. They don't tell me anything. Problem is solved. When I first of all, when I pay, they don't even say like you have to get the variance. You have to pay so much money, whatever it is. And until I request the documents, I went online and get all the documents that she sent me. She kindly sent me all those documents. But from this, you cannot really tell what is entitled here, where you put your boat, like here, all the sizes and stuff. These are research that I did because I questioned that. I think it would be nice for the city that it said, go online on this. This one doesn't say
Okay.
what ordinance or what administrative order you're breaking. It only tells you a description. That's, I mean,
Shouldn't you have more than one page? Everyone else has about 3 pages.
no, I have only one.
What
This
he
is
show-
the hearing notice, or is this the notice of violation? The notice
This
of
is the hearing
violation
notice.
tells you, okay.
That looks to be the notice to appear. That's probably what I posted on the
Right.
property.
So I talked to her this morning. That's what she means to say, and I said I already complied. I said, well, you should have called. I didn't, because what I so explain you. The other lady that I spoke to, I asked her, what can I do? Because I was nervous to see what I was going to do to move the boat, because I never had a problem like all the past years. So my other 3 neighbors also on their same boat than me. They have boats and they are.
So you filed on what day?
I filed in November.
November 26th.
Once in November.
Oh, he filed for variance since November?
Yes, he filed an
They
application.
come now until now to tell me, oh, I mean, you need to do this. And said, to me, the variance was just a permit to park my boat wherever I want. Because here doesn't say where you park it. You say you just need to get. So
Okay.
then she clarified and said, oh, no, there is more steps to do that. Because I thought that was it. Just paid the $280, I think it was. And I showed her that I paid that money. I came here. Nobody was there. She helped me out to pay the money because the people who received it hadn't arrived yet, or
Okay, so
Whatever.
you
So
paid since
now-
November, and now what was it that you were supposed to
comply.
do? You're in compliance?
I'm in compliance.
And was the, okay, so you want to show it to, did you see the photographs?
He could show me the photographs, but he's not in compliance. Compliance means obtaining the administrative variance. As I spoke to him on the telephone today, and as I explained to him, and I want to show into record the email from Amanda. I spoke with the gentleman, as he said, I've been to the property several times. I educated them, and I'm looking at the letter that I even sent. I can't speak for any other officer, but I'm speaking for myself to say, I specifically stated that the boat needed to be removed by the reinspection date. If you decide that the boat should remain at the property, an administrative variance must be obtained from Community Planning and Development. Compliance must be met before the reinspection date to prevent further action from being taken. I specifically stayed here, and I show here 3 different letters that I mailed him, listing back from October all the way up until February, notices, explaining to him, spoke to him on the phone. Amanda even states, per her email, she spoke with him January 7th and February 8th and explained to him exactly what he needed to do, explained to him about the screening, explained to him about putting up grass and trees and shrubbery. He stated he fully understood and would call me back once he had sufficient screening. I mean, I don't see where there was any kind of miscommunication. I myself, along with Amanda, states here that she notified him because I sent her an email stating we had a property owner submit an application for an administrative variance on November 26, 2018 for the boat to be parked on the property. He stated that he have not heard anything from the city since dropping off the application. Can you please advise me if this is true? I I'll go further to say, I don't want to present this case before the magistrate and seem as though the city has dropped the ball. Can you let me know what's going on? She then states, and I'll put it in for you to see, and I'll show it to the property owner as well.
Okay. What date?
February 27th.
I sent this to her February 27th on the final reinspection date, asking her what was going on because that's the final day that we do the reinspection. She responded to me that very same day at 5:18, and it states here in my notes, I show that I had a telephone conversation with the property owner on February 8th and on January 17th. In the conversation, I informed him of his application, of his options of screening his boat from the property and about the landscaping that would be needed. He stated he fully understood and will call me back when he had sufficient screening. I also have pictures dated from the 7th and 28th on my phone when I conducted my initial site visit if you need them. Please let me know if you need further information or would you like for me to call the applicants back directly. Me and the applicant then spoke on the telephone. I instructed him, just putting up the screen wasn't enough. You need to go to Amanda, obtain the variance. That's what I explained to the property owner.
Judge, why don't we just postpone it 30 days so he can get in touch with them and get the variance approved? Because once he gets the variance approved, then he's in compliance, that you've done everything
Yes.
so far.
If
but-
they cash the check, if I pay my bill and nobody comes after me after that, I mean, once I pay the parents, I didn't know that would have to be approved and all the process that is coming today. So that's what I said, it was there is something that the city has to do to make understand that the application doesn't mean that you're approved. Because I thought they catch it, I pay my permit, you know, like I pay my driver license, like I
That-
pay my tax.
I understand everything you're saying. The city has said that to give you 30 days, I will, but that's not what I gathered from Ms. Sanders. Ms. Sanders indicate that Ms. Murray had an inspection, and I don't know when the inspection took place,
It
but at
states
least back in
7th.
January, she told you what it is that you needed to do, was to put the screen.
Was now in February. She told me, oh, that was on surprise since November.
So when she came and did her initial inspection, she didn't tell you what needed to be done?
No. When the only time that I talked to her was in February. Okay, so what with the other lady? What happened is then I said like, what is not my approved? Is I paid in November. So December, January, and now February. So you said you have to put a screen to comply. I said, well, I'm gonna put it. She didn't give me a period of time. She
Okay.
didn't say, oh, you have 30 days or you're going to be fined.
Okay.
Not in this case that you're going to be fined or whatever.
All right, that's no problem. All right, let's table it 30 days. Okay? Make sure you speak to everyone involved to make sure that you get your variance. And once you do, inform the code enforcement officer and she can, or basically she can take it off calendar.
Yeah, but it's not your fault, but the letter should say better, like, you know, you have 15 days to comply. Please call for a re-inspection once you fix the problem. Call us.
More detailed, huh?
Yeah, more detail. It's just being, you know,
Okay.
since they pass by there, I mean, we don't think that we have to call for an inspection because it doesn't say anything about it.
Understood. All right, sir. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Campbell.
The next case is item 24, Leonardo Manson. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer, and the case number is CERCV 2018-00253, item 24.
We need a translator, please.
All right.
So, él es el dueño de la propiedad, yo soy la esposa.
Please state your full name for the record and relationship
Okay.
to the property.
Yunaisi Leal, I'm the wife. I'm gonna be speaking on behalf of him because he had a tracheostomy and he has language issues speaking.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I understand English, but I feel more comfortable, with
Okay.
the translator.
And for him to properly understand the process as well. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Diga su nombre completo y relación con la propiedad.
Unice Leal, I'm the property, and the wife, and his name is Leonardo Nanson, he's the owner.
All right.
City of North Miami Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis.
Ella está presentando el caso.
This property was cited November 30th, 2018 for actually 2 boats being stored at the property without an administrative variance. Notice to appear was posted on December the 14th, 2018. And, no, correction. The notice to appear was posted February 19, 2019. And as of the last reinspection, the boat was still on the property. I did speak to the wife, and she stated that she didn't know that she needed administrative variance. And I did also send her a copy of the notice, because she said she never received the original notice of violation. And I also typed up a letter to explain to her the process that was going on with the moratorium for RVs and boats. As of the 12th of February, they were no longer issuing administrative variances for new violations. So I did send her a letter to explain to her, because I confirmed with the co-manager that anyone that was cited before that hearing, they would be able to go to CP&D and apply for the variance in order to get the variance for either the boat or RV or whatever it may be.
All right, so you said the initial notice of violation was when?
November 30th, 2018.
Okay, and they needed to comply by when?
They needed to comply by December 14, 2018.
That's briefly about 15 days to comply with obtaining a variance or to apply.
To at least apply.
Okay.
but- Nothing was done up until the reinspection date, the final reinspection date when I went out on February 19th. There was no application in the system, and when I was going to post the property, I made contact with her husband, and he
Okay.
stated he never received any mailing. And she also did tell me that she spoke to another code officer before who did tell her that she couldn't have the boat, but something about covering the boat. She wasn't sure who she spoke to. And when I checked, I didn't see any last notes from anyone else to see who she spoke to in reference to the boat.
Okay. All right, ma'am?
Yo hablé con un inspector, para septiembre me llamó, me dejaron en la casa una nota un inspector.
On September, I received a letter from an inspector.
Entonces yo lo llamé para atrás diciéndome que necesitaba, había algo de los botes, que no podía tener los botes ahí.
And, I was informed that I couldn't have the boats parked there.
Entonces yo lo llamé y le pregunté que nosotros estamos en la propiedad hace 20 años, que no sabíamos.
I called him, I told him that we've been in the property for 20 years and we didn't know.
Los botes siempre están ahí, nunca nos han dicho nada.
The boats were always there, we never heard anything from anyone.
So, él me dijo a mí que era una nueva ley y que si nosotros cubríamos los botes, no iba a haber problema cuando él viniera a hacer la reinspección.
I was told that it was a new law and if we cover the boats, there would be no problem.
Entonces ya no recibimos nada y no escuchamos nada del señor.
I have not received anything else. I have not
yo
heard
supuse-
from that gentleman again.
So, yo supuse que estaba todo en regla, que él había hecho la reinspección, los botes estaban tapados y no había problema.
So I thought that he already made the inspection, and since the boats were covered and there was nothing, no issue left.
Yo llamé aquí al departamento de Code Enforcement para preguntar por el señor y me dijeron que lo habían votado, que ya no
And
trabajaba
I
eso.
called the code enforcement office, and I was told that that gentleman was fired.
Entonces, la próxima notificación que recibí fue en febrero, que ella la dejó en la casa
So
para la corte.
the next notice I received, it was in February when she left it to come to court.
So, la de diciembre que ella dice, a mí nunca me llegó.
The one on December that she's mentioning, I have not received it.
So, yo lo único que sé, la que recibí es eso. Entonces, vinimos aquí al departamento departamento para sacar el variance y nos dijeron que no lo estaban haciendo.
So we came to the department here to apply for a variance, and I was told that they were not issuing.
Hasta ahora que recibí ahora mismo en camino acá una carta al correo que decía que nos íbamos, esta carta que está aquí la recibí ahora mismo.
And I just received this letter today, just now.
Ajá, la recibí hoy mismo el correo, que dice que nosotros habíamos citado antes de febrero 12, se nos iban a permitir sacar el permiso de bote. Nos
That,
mandaron,
you know, in February 12th, we were permitted, we could get a variance.
entonces que yo voy a hacer el variance lo antes posible.
So
Pero-
I am going to apply for variance as soon as possible.
Ujú. Pero tú sabes, mi pregunta es, y lo mismo que le ha pasado a todo el mundo aquí, y lo que le quiero decir a ella.
Well,
Yo sé que
my
ellos,
question is the same as everybody, and I have a question.
yo sé que ellos están haciendo su trabajo,
I know they are doing the work,
pero como mismo nos mandaron a nosotros certificados, una carta para venir aquí, ¿por qué no nos certifican las notificaciones que nos hacen?
we should also get those notifications certified to us so we can receive it.
Porque ahora es la palabra de ellos que la mandaron contra nosotros que no lo recibimos.
Because that is just, you know, their word against our word.
Porque yo no la recibí en diciembre. Si yo lo hubiera recibido, hubiera hecho el permiso y me hubiera dado todo este trabajo que no hemos
I did not
hemos
receive
hecho.
I did not receive in December. If I would have received it, I would have saved myself all this
no estuviera-
trouble.
All right, what is that letter that she showed you that she received? What is,
¿Cuál es la
what-
carta esa que acaba de
from the
decir que-
city.
que la recibió?
The one that I received today,
yes,
Sí.
it says that we're gonna be,
¿Cuál
no,
es-
nosotros
cuál es la
vamos,
carta esa?
Special
la que está
magistrate?
aquí,
yes.
que vamos a
Okay,
hacer, que nos
um,
van a dar un,
After I spoke to her,
No, give me a second. What is the letter?
I was gonna explain what the letter was because I
Oh,
wrote
okay,
it. Yeah.
okay.
After
No, it's okay. She's
after I spoke to her,
Mhm.
explaining to her that there was a moratorium,
Mhm.
we ended up having a staff meeting where our code manager advised us that anyone who was cited before the hearing that the council had, they'd be able to get the administrative variance. So I typed up a letter
Mhm.
and sent it to her with the administrative variance application,
Okay,
so that way she can know what she needs to do and where she needs to go.
okay.
And although she stated that the notice that I sent back in November, she never received it,
Mhm.
but I mailed it the same way and she received this notice.
Okay. All right, so what did we do for the last person that has the boat issue? We tabled it, right? Did we
Yeah.
table, for how long? 30 days?
It's 30 days.
Is 30 days enough?
Which
When
is
your-
fine for her to go ahead and apply.
All right. Okay, ma'am, we'll table your case for 30 days. We're giving you 30 days,
Para que
Okay.
tenga tiempo. Okay,
okay?
gracias.
thank you.
All right. Good. Next.
The next case is item 39, Victor Christensen. Shanna Sanders is the officer. The case number is CESEA 2018-00002.
Excuse me.
Item 39.
Thank you. Good evening, sir. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Jason Sipes, I'm here as GC for the property.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Jason Sipes, here as general contractor for the property.
Okay.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This is a new case for a seawall that's in need of some repair. I first cited the property owner on October 2nd of 2018. Sent another letter showing here January 13th. I have spoke with the contractor. I haven't made any contact with the property owner. From what I understand, he lives in another state or out the country or something of that nature. I'm not sure, but
Are we gonna need a notarized power of attorney from?
We
Contract?
spoke earlier today and she said I could come on his behalf.
but I did want to make sure I get it on record. I did state that, you know, it would be up to, that he might can give testimony as he's being the contractor, but that he may, you know, need some type of power of attorney.
We're simply looking for an extension instead of going through all this, because the plans which I have with me today that have been checked in at the city, and there's an open permit in process with the city, now need to go to Durham, and that's gonna take months. I don't wanna have to keep going back and forth with Ms. Sanders we've been on the phone, but she knows it's a lengthy process. We've spoken many times. She knew we were in the process, and she still threw this out here that we have to come here today anyway. 30 days won't do it, maybe not even 60. It's going to Durham. Could be there for 90 days.
And as the contractor stated, you know, we have spoke, you know, several times. He submitted the application in November. As I stated, I first initially cited him in December. He submitted the application November, but as of today, nothing has happened. He submitted, I guess, an application, but with no plans or anything attached to it. He stated at that time he was taking them to Durham. As of really today, I think, or either was yesterday we spoke, he still hadn't submitted anything to Durham, and the application is just sitting in the office, hasn't went through any of the disciplines or anything. So yes, I did proceed to push it forward because, again, an application just sitting there with no type of drawings, any type of, you know, structural plans or anything, no approval or anything to even say that it's in Durham, is doing nothing, just sitting at the city since November, I think 18th, I'm not sure, but I know it was November sometime. But
It's not just sitting at the city. When we spoke on the phone originally, we put in an application, a process number with no plans, because the violation only gave 15 days. There's no way to get to Durham, the city here, and an architect and an engineer in 15 days, including weekends, to apply for it. We applied for it because she requested I apply for it, an open permit to open a process number without plans, then go start the process with the engineers and the architects. That's the reason an empty process number is sitting there, because she requested I do that to get something in writing. We knew there were no plans. There was nothing started because we had just received a letter which went to Maryland. It showed up in Maryland a day before it was actually due to be violated here.
and he's correct. I asked him to submit an application, but, you know, the application has been sitting now for 4 months. You know, he's had time to get drawings. He's had time to take whatever he needed to Durham.
And
As
we've
of
been in
t- as of-
communication the whole time, her and
Yes,
I.
and every time we spoke, I'm working on the plans, I'm working on the plans, I'm
Actually,
working on
that's
the
not
plans.
true. The last communication was the owner decided not repair the seawall, but install a completely new seawall, even upgrade the property. And she knew that, and we did a whole other set of plans, which I have with me here today, stamped by an engineer. And
Again,
also
working
stamped
on
by
the
the city,
plans.
checked in.
What's the date on the stamp?
The date on stamp from the engineer, we picked these up yesterday, and she asked me to check them into the city today. I went and checked them into the city today with the city stamp on them, so now they can go to Durham.
Judge, are you taking testimony on behalf of, without him having a power of attorney or anything? Have we decided that?
We would
Mr.
like to just do an
Witness, okay.
extension, so we could keep this process going with Durham. That's all we need. We would like to just have an extension on this, so we could take the plans to Durham.
It seems as though the city attorney is asking, are we going to go ahead and proceed with hearing this case, you know, without him having the power of attorney? Are you taking his testimony as the contractor? Since he's only asking, from what he's saying, is for an extension and or tabling.
Well, he did request an extension. I just wanted to know exactly where we were in the process, since you testified that this has been ongoing since November.
And that's why I
And that he
specifically asked him to
submitted.
come, you know, because, you know, I wanted to guarantee that at least he got the plans in the city. He did state that he finally got them back from the architect or engineer. So I said, well, since you have them back, go ahead and submit them to the city. So at least when you come tonight, you can at least show that something has, you know, something else has been submitted to the city since November.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if I
Okay.
can, I can look to see what he has there, what he's submitting, to see, you know, he said something was stamped by the city today, and I was taken over to Durham. I can look to see what he's submitting, but he's showing that the city signed.
All right, you can go ahead and look at it. Typically what I do with cases that are going to take a very long time, for compliance, I usually enter an adjudication and give them, you know, enough time to get things done.
And I'm more than willing to do that. You know, I would definitely like an adjudication, and, you know, I'm willing to give, you know, as much time as you need. I know Durham is a lengthy process, even if it is something I just don't want
If I
this
enter
to
an
sit.
adjudication, I can give them up to 90 days.
I mean, he's a contractor. I mean, do you think 90 days would suffice?
Possibly, I mean, if it's not going to, could we come back to this with a meeting with her?
Correct,
It's completely up to Durham. It's not up to either of us.
understood.
I would like to know, when are we gonna get these to Durham now, since they've been stamped by the city? Well, let's see now. Okay, yeah, I do see it was, okay, yes, this has been stamped, by the city. I'm showing, that the records show that it was received on March sixth, which is today, 2019. But again, can we get, when this is going to be submitted to Durham now?
We can submit to Durham this week if we have the extension.
All right, so I'll do an adjudication. I'll do 90 days. And I'll also enter a fine amount. And obviously, if you come back in 90 days and we see that you are making progress and things are being submitted accordingly, and if the delay is the city, you know, I typically take that into consideration. But right now, I'll do adjudication 90 days, which brings us to, that's May, right? May 29th? Okay, May 29th. And the next court date on that, the next hearing date is June 5th. So we'll be back here in June 5th. I usually enter a daily fine amount, which only comes into effect if I see that nothing is being done on your end. I don't usually typically I don't hold the homeowners responsible for the time that, you know, the application stays with the city, and if the city is taking
Sure.
a long time, then I usually take that into consideration. But for now, I'll do 500. Okay, we'll see you
Okay.
here
Thank you.
in June. Thank you, sir. Have a good evening.
The next case is item 28, Paul M. Vieira, Ernst Baptiste is the officer. The case number is CERCV 2018-00238. The property is 13105 Northeast 11th Avenue. Item 28.
Good evening. Please state your full name for the record.
Enrique Moya, ENRIQUE-MOYA. I'm the owner of the property.
Item 28.
Sorry?
That's not the name that I have for item 28. So what is your name again?
Enrique Moya. It's not the name who appear in the here.
I have
this-
Paul Vieira,
Yep, that's the
previous owner.
previous owner.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're the new owner of this
Yep.
property. Okay. I guess it's not showing on the property records yet.
Ernst Baptiste, City of Miami, Code Enforcement Officer. This is a case that was opened back in November 15, 2018 for a boat that is parked up front. Property was posted on February 14, 2019. Took picture that day and I took picture on the February 27 and the boat still there.
Okay. Okay. Sir?
Yes, well, the picture is correct. And this is the only letter I received. It's not under my name. So if they send information before, I really don't know because it's probably was under this name. I don't open letters that are not under my name. So I don't, the boat and the RV is inside the property. If I have to remove, I remove it. But I don't know nothing about that thing. I could put it in the backyard. I have to build a gate because there is a fence to get it with the RV inside. But I have no no preparation for this because I came to try to know what that mean because it's not under my name. That's the main thing here.
When did you move to the property?
And in September 2017.
Since September 2017,
I moved to I bought the property.
When did you have
and
the
it's
boat?
still not showing that he is the
I
owner?
bought the actually I didn't buy, it's a friend of mine, and I have it there like since October past year.
October what?
Past year, October 2018.
Oh, okay,
The boat,
okay. October
and it's
2018.
inside of the property. Always was inside of the property. I don't know if I have to apply for a variance or what, but I have no information at all about it. So
Okay, I'm surprised that since September 2017, it is still showing the previous owner.
We couldn't even, we look on, I think it's a name that is blocked. When we put that address, nothing showed.
All right. Okay, so, I'll take him at his word that, because I can see from here that this letter is addressed to someone else. So I'll take him at his word. Then when the mail came, he didn't open it because he didn't know that he had anything to do with him. But I'm assuming when you did you post this one?
Yes.
Okay, so when you saw the posting, then he probably notices that there's a hearing today from code enforcement, so he came here to try to figure out what's going on. So, but he still have to apply for a variance, and I know that we have the whole, all right, so let's just table it 30 days, that's what we've been doing. Okay, sir. 30 days, in the meantime, you said you
I
have a
to
different
apply
area.
for the variance and in
Um,
30 days will come back or?
Can you explain it?
What did you say?
I'm saying if you can explain it to him, that he has to apply for it.
Okay, all right. Okay, you can speak to
Okay.
the officer.
Okay. thank you.
Okay, all right, sir.
The next two items is 31 and 32. Rainford Reed. John Dorville is the officer. Case number CENBR 2018-00119 and CETMK 2018-00038. Item 31 and 32.
Good
Good evening.
evening. Please state your full name in relationship to the property.
Rainford Reed,
All right,
property owner.
all right.
And Marsha Reed, I live at the property.
John Dorval, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This evening, I'm presenting two cases here. One is for the numbers on the property. The property was originally cited on November the 29th, 2018. It's just a question of having the property numbers placed on the actual property itself.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, that would be case CENBR 2018-00119.
Correct.
The second issue with the property is there were illegal markers on the property. They had illegal markers in the swale. That property, case number is CETMX 2018-0038.
Mm-hmm.
In my investigation with another property, I did stop by the property actually after the abatement date. I saw it's complied. However, as requested, the city is moving for court costs because we sent several notices to the property, and we provided proper notice. And so the city's looking. Obviously, I went to the property. I was near the property actually yesterday, and I closed out the violation because it actually was closed out there. You know, they updated the numbers, and they actually removed the markers, the illegal markers on the property. So, but what the city is asking is for court costs. due to several notices, several visits to the property.
Can you tell me where you sent the notices? Like what address? 'Cause
Absolutely. Should have been sent to 16980 North Miami Avenue. That's where a notice to appear and it was noticed at the property.
Okay, where did you get that address from?
That's from the property appraiser page, 465 Northeast 141st Street.
That's
Right.
from the, what do you call it?
Property appraiser, Miami-Dade County Property Appraiser page.
Right, so the 16980 North Miami Avenue?
Yes, sir.
I've
I
never
don't know
lived there.
where that is.
Okay.
So if we're getting
Notices
notices,
there?
I can understand why,
Right.
you know?
So this is what we got in the plastic bag that was hung on the door.
Absolutely. That's
And then-
that's a posting. That's a legal posting
Okay,
of a
right.
property.
So,
Yeah.
but the other, whatever you were talking about, we hadn't received it.
Okay.
And I really came here because of the address notification, because I saw that we could have called you guys
Right.
but I didn't know what the address was and I wasn't sure about that. So since it didn't say we had to fix the property or the violations within a specific time, it just said you could call to have you guys re-inspect. I figured the hearing date would be the best place to find out what address all this information was being sent to prior.
Absolutely no issue with that, magistrate. I just want to, obviously part of our job is to educate the residents as well. So we're going to have to talk about the process in the back about getting your property updated,
Right, but.
right?
Right.
So-
Which is nice.
So, I mean, obviously the issue of they didn't receive it, the property appraisers page, I want to go ahead and just close the case. It's complied. We'll talk to them, we'll educate the resident about the issue of getting this updated so that when they do receive proper notice, and we can call it, but at this point, we can obviously call the case closed.
All right,
Okay.
wonderful. All right, guys, have a good evening.
Thank you.
Here, Pilar. Pilar.
Jordan.
The next case is item 29, Pierre Derry. Ernest Baptiste is the officer. The case number CEGMP 2018-00102, item 29.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
My name is Pierre Derry, property address 170 Northeast 128th Street, North Miami.
Okay, sir.
Ernest Baptiste, City of Miami Code Enforcement Officer. This is a case that was opened back in March 27, 2018. Case has been postponed and tabled many times. Posted the property. It's for a roof that needs to be repaired and we moved up. Property was posted on February 14, 2019. Took picture on February 27, the last time I did my inspection, and roof is still in the same condition.
Thank you, sir. I see, I know.
Okay. All right, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Last time I come here, I was telling you the whole rooftop was having the whole roof was covered with blue top.
Right.
So I fixed temporarily all the front of the house. I remove all the blue top, only one little part from the back of the house that have blue tops on it. And it was after the hurricane that I have to have a lawsuit with citizen to fix the roof because they don't want to fix the roof. Finally, my lawyer called me last week. They're gonna go to court with them next week. So my lawyer told me it will take another month to fix the problem by the time to go to court. And 2 weeks ago they sent somebody to appraiser. I have appraiser already done. All they have to do now is going to court. I think the date, if I forgot to bring the paper here with me, I think the date will be next week to go to court. So I'm coming here. I think if you give me another, how do you call it? Another
Extension?
extension, maybe another 2-3 months. I think by that time, the roof's supposed to be done because I have I have two contractor already. I'm getting estimate from two contractor. So what I have to do after they give me okay, the case is done, then they're gonna give me the money. So I have to have the contractor gonna put the permit for me so the roof could be done. So it's a problem for me to come here all the time, and also it's another problem for me to stay in a house when the roof is leaking. So I will ask you for another extension, maybe in maybe 2-3 months. I think by that time the roof's supposed to be ready.
Okay.
We have an adjudication and then give them 3 months.
Yes, that would be nice.
Okay. All right, I enter an adjudication in 90 days. And do you understand what that means, sir?
What do you mean by what that means?
That I find that you are in violation, and then I enter, and I'm giving you 3 months to
correct it.
To correct it. Okay. All right.
But between that time, if the work started, so I will call him and tell him they've started the roof. So if the roof is not ready in 90 days, I could talk to him. I don't know what he can do, but the work supposed to, in about 3 or 4 weeks, I have a good feeling that the process will be started.
Okay. And if you have to come back here within the 90 days, then I'll need to see how far along we are and what's going on with the process.
So far, I've been waiting for that time is because of the lawyer. You know, this process slow. They take time. So
correct.
It's not me.
Okay. All right, sir. What I miss? All right, adjudication 90 days, and then let's do 250 per day. Okay.
We have the gentleman, but I don't know who he is.
Sir.
He hasn't signed yet.
Okay. Did you get what I said? Okay.
You, sir. You're the last person.
I do.
Are you here for a case? Yes, sir. Please step up. I'm good? You need a translation?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good luck to you.
He doesn't need a translation.
All right, guys. Thank you. Well, our interpreters are released. Thank you.
Yeah, but 1140 Northeast 140th Street.
Okay, so that's case number 25, Leota Dolphin. Ernst Baptiste is the officer. The case number is CEP FY 2018-00714, item 25. Leota Dolphin.
Ernst Baptiste, City of Miami Code Enforcement Officer. This is a case that was open for a car park on the grass in front. Opened the violation November 29, 2018. Visited the property on February 14, 2019. Took picture and post the property the same day. Car still parked up front. This is the first time I've seen the gentleman here.
First time I've seen you also. Yeah.
All right, sir. Is this your vehicle?
No, ma'am. Sorry, that's a grand uncle of mine. He's 75 years of age. He did. I think you met him. He did say somebody, a code, somebody told him that he couldn't park on the yard and everything and all of that. And I think you posted something, and it was a violation. And then I told him not to park. Then he said, okay. And so time to time, he comes there and all that. He hardly could walk. And after he parks on the grass, the neighbors tell me. But a lot of times when I come, when I'm there, he's not even there and everything. So I live in West Palm Beach, so I'm back and forth. And so, the only thing I could think is, probably to let him go stay somewhere else or kick him out. I'll call the police on him and all that because he's very difficult. He said he barely can walk, and time to time he comes. As you can see, I keep the yard well manicured and all of that, and my neighbors do tell me time to time he does park on the lawn and everything. I guess periodically when the code enforcement, rides by there, he sees that. He sees that he's parked on the lawn and all of that, and he's a stubborn old grand uncle of mine and everything, so I really don't know what I should do, if I should just kick him out, I don't know what to do, with him, and like I said, I wish I would have met the code enforcer, and after I would have tried, but it'd be like, even if he comes a day that he does come and may pass inspection, but then again, he'll be parked probably back on that, what I'm saying, because to be honest with you,
Because he's trying to get closer to the door, and I do understand what he's doing. He's trying to get closer to
Yeah.
the front door.
Yeah.
He's 75 years
Yeah.
old. He's not trying to walk a mile to get to his front gate, to his front
Yeah.
door, so I
But
understand.
I'm sure you ride by there sometime and it's not there, but I'm sure when you ride back again, you'll see the car there. He goes out, and he comes back, and he parks, so. The only thing I can do is kick him out, I his family to put him in a home or anything, he still drives, he's still capable, but he's very stubborn, so.
All right, can you tell him that we're giving him one more opportunity to make
Okay,
sure that he needs to park, so he's able to park here, correct?
Yes, he's able
Officer
to park there. Yeah.
Baptist, he can park here?
Yeah, he can park there. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes he's there.
So tell him that I told him that he needs to park right here,
Okay.
and, the little bit of exercise will help him.
I agree.
So he can walk to the front door, but he's not allowed to park where this
On the
car
side.
is right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You understand?
Mhm.
Let him know.
Okay.
And let him know that if he has to come back here, you're gonna bring him with you.
Okay. Oh, please. I'll
Okay.
Yeah. I agree.
All right, so I'll table it. Okay? Good
Okay.
luck to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
All right. Let's keep it moving.
The next case is item 33, Ramon Gonzalez. Wayne Clark is the officer. The case number is CEGMP 2018-00440.
Excuse me. Is that his case?
Okay, next item, yeah, but he went to the restroom. Next item is item 1 through 7. John Dorval is the officer. It's 580 North Miami LLC. Case number MHVIO 2018-01335, 336, 338, 339, 340, 1341, and 1343.
Good evening, John Dorval, the City of North Miami Code Compliance Office. Just want to state that MHVIO 2018-01336 is complied.
336, okay, complied.
This is an ongoing issue with this particular building. They have several violations. Initially, it was actually, the violations were written originally on December the 14th, 2018. Various violations, broken windows, windows with no screens on them, cracks on the concrete steps, no exit doors on the end for the exits towards the stairs, entrance or exit doors. There are no doors present on the staircases. Wood board on the windows, on the interior windows of a property, exterior windows of the property. In addition to broken and damaged mailbox doors. This property, all these were cited on the same date. Property was posted on 2/13/19 at 2:15 p.m. The notice to appear, so proper notice. I've spoken to the one of the managing individuals of the property. We've discussed the issues, and they haven't been addressed as to this date. I have pictures if you'd like to see.
Yes, please.
Absolutely.
And notice.
This building actually is occupied with tenants. For the record, the pictures are photos of said violations, examples of each.
Is it like a multi-unit building?
This is a multi-unit building. It has 3 levels.
Okay.
And I said it appears to be, obviously it is occupied, however, it appears to be sparsely occupied. However, there still are individuals in and out. There's a lot of activity coming out of that building. So there's some life safety issues as it pertains to the broken glass, not having doors on the doors leading to the staircase, broken glass, screens with windows with no screening. So, and then obviously the damage to the concrete.
Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violations do exist. I also find good notice, given proper notice, the owners have failed to appear, hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Owner has until March 27th by which to resolve the violation. Should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount. I will run everything concurrent. Let's say about daily fine amount of $350, and that's for each case. Correct.
The next case is item number 8, Ahmed El-Fiki. Ernest Baptiste is the officer. Case number CEJNK 2018-00222, item number 8.
We're doing, oh. Put it all the way over there.
Ernest Baptiste, City of Miami Code Enforcement Officer.
What item number? I'm sorry. 8. Got it.
Case was open for junk in the back, rear of the property. Case was opened back in November 25, 2018. We inspected the property on February 14, posted the property on February 14. Took picture, still a part of trash, tires in the back.
Alright. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. Also find good notice, given proper notice, the owner has failed to appear. I hereby find in favor of the city intern adjudication. Owner has until March 27th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $200.